Hello, hello, and welcome back to Formula 1 2019 in our first career season. And today we are in Spain for the qualifying session. So we have a single qualifying session consisting of 18 minutes in which we have to set our fastest lap. So before we begin qualifying, let's take a look at the current Drivers and Constructors Championship standings. And we are currently top of the Drivers table with 90 points. And we are also currently third in the Constructors Championship with 90 points, tied with Ferrari.
You join us today at the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya for what's bound to be a really hectic qualifying as the teams compete to set the best lap times. In recent seasons, much talk has been made about tyre wear. Some say it gets in the way of the racing, others say it's always been part of the sport. Are we going to see drivers trying to look after their tyres here, or throw caution to the wind and worry about that when it becomes a problem?
Tyre wear is always something you have to consider to a certain degree. Finding a good car balance that suits the circuit will help prolong the life of the tyre, but it's true that some circuits, such as this one, are more challenging than others. How hard you can push them depends on your strategy and how tight the battle is around you.
Sit rep, we've got a leak in the hydraulic system, so it's going to be a few minutes before we can get you out on track.
So while we wait for the hydraulics to be repaired, we are going to enter into our tyre selection screen, select the hardest of the compound tyres, the medium in this case. I want to see if I can check out the timing screen, as we've still got about 2 minutes or so left to go. Someone may set a lap, a benchmark, and we may be able to beat it with any luck. So with 1 minute to go, there are a number of cars out on the track now, and we have our first time set, which has just been beaten. But our repairs are done, so let's take to the track and set a lap. Oh dear, oh, nuts. Well, that's that lap ruined, and so is my nose.
Right, come in at the end of this lap.
So we're going to make our way as quickly as we can back to the pits, get a new nose, hopefully get a new set of tyres, and we will try again. I should point out, Spain is not one of my favourite circuits. I do struggle with a number of the corners on this track, as you may have noticed. So I don't expect to do particularly well in qualifying or the race, just so that you know. And with the AI set hard, this could be a lot more trickier than I am normally used to. Normally I have the difficulty set to medium, just because I only really play this game mostly just for fun. You know, I don't play it seriously, so I do tend to have the AI set quite low so that I can dominate the races. But we are now back in the pit lane, and we've made it safely. So we're going to traverse the pit lane area, get ourselves back in our pits, reset, and hopefully try again. And also at this point, because of the hydraulic problem earlier on and are going out so late, if we go straight back out again, we should hopefully have most of the track, if not all of the track, to ourselves, whereas everyone else would have gone out, done one flying lap and returned to the garages. So if we can get in and out as quickly as we can, we may get a nice clean track all to ourselves, and we could set a much better
We've had
time.
to spend time repairing the damage to the car.
No really, Jeff. I would thought you'd let me ride it around with no flipping front wing. So we're going to quickly just double check to see if we can change the tyres. And it looks like the only sets of tyres I have available are softs. I'm not entirely sure I've checked that thoroughly enough. So we will go in and check again, as we have 20 seconds or just under to double check. Have I definitely got no other medium tyres? It definitely doesn't look like it. So with the repairs to the front wing almost complete, we are going to re-attack the track, and hopefully we're on our own. Well, we've managed to get ourselves fourth position, so we're going to head back to the pits. I think we may have done slightly better if Vettel hadn't been right in front of us, quite possibly the only other car on the track. So we are now just going to turn down the engine mode and coast our way back to the pits. We need to save these tyres as much as possible, as we will be starting the race on them. We've done 2 extra laps more than we would like, and we've spun off.
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
Thank you, Jeff. We've also spun off the track at some point, which has most likely done some damage to them. But we have no other sets of soft tyres, medium tyres to change into, so they will have to do. So we're just round the back part of the circuit now. Another corner I really struggle with right here. The car goes incredibly light over that bump. So we've just got the final chicane and the last corner to go. We can then enter back into the pits And I'm also assuming we don't have very much longer left of the qualifying session. So we are still currently in 4th place from the looks of things. No, we've been dropped down to 5th now. Charles Leclerc has just beaten us. And he has also just gone ahead of Vettel as well. So we have both the Ferraris ahead of us at this point. So once our guys here have wheeled us back into the garage and our computer terminal descends from above, here it comes now as if by magic. Thank you, Bob. We can then access our terminal and check out the timing screens. So we scoot along to the timing screens. So we have just under 3 minutes to go, and Charles Leclerc is in pole position at present with a 1 minute 22.2, closely followed by Valtteri Bottas and Max Verstappen and Sebastian Vettel, with ourselves in 5th place.
We're all ready for tomorrow's race, but before we begin, let's have a quick look at those who will be fronting the grid. Bottas, Verstappen and Charles Leclerc. With qualifying wrapped up, we now have our grid line up for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race.
So qualifying is over, 5th place is secured for the race tomorrow. Valtteri Bottas took pole. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.